One person, one vote? Not so fast. Ever wonder why the US doesn't just elect the president by popular vote? Seems simple, right? Whoever gets the most votes wins. But hold on, it's not that straightforward. Well, the founding fathers had other ideas. They created a system called the Electoral College. This system was designed to balance the power between smaller and larger states. And it's a lot more complicated than just counting up everyone's votes. Each state gets a certain number of electors based on its representation in Congress. So, buckle up because we're diving into the wild world of the Electoral College. It's like a roller coaster ride through American history and politics. We'll break down why it exists, how it works, and whether it's still a good idea today. You'll learn about the debates and controversies surrounding it. Get ready for some serious head scratching. By the end, you might have a new perspective on how we choose our leaders. Balancing act: big states versus small states. Imagine this: a presidential election where only the most populated states really mattered. Candidates would ignore the rest. That's where the Electoral College steps in. It gives each state a certain number of electors based on its population. Bigger states get more electors, sure, but smaller states still have a voice. This system forces candidates to pay attention to all states, big or small. It's all about balance, baby. States' rights, keeping power local. The founding fathers were all about states' rights. They didn't want the federal government calling all the shots. The Electoral College helps with that too. States get to decide how to choose their electors. Some states use a winner-take-all system. The candidate who wins the most votes in that state gets all of its electors. Other states divide their electors proportionally. It's up to each state to decide. That's federalism in action. Section 4 majority rules, but not always protecting the little guy. Now imagine a situation where a small group of states could always outvote the rest. Sounds kind of unfair, right? The Electoral College helps prevent that too. It makes sure that candidates need support from a wide range of states to win. This protects the interests of smaller states and prevents what's called tyranny of the majority. It ensures that the president represents the whole country, not just a few big states. Section 5. Electors assemble: how the system works. Okay, time for the nitty-gritty. Let's dive into the details of how the electoral system functions. On election day, when you cast your vote for president, you're actually voting for a group of electors. These electors are the ones who will ultimately decide the next president. These electors are chosen by their political parties. Each party selects a slate of electors who are pledged to support their candidate. Usually they're loyal party members who promise to vote for their party's candidate. They are often long-time supporters or influential figures within the party. After the election, the electors meet in their states to cast their official votes. This meeting typically happens in December, several weeks after the general election. To become president, a candidate needs to win a majority of the electoral votes, which is 270 out of 538. This majority ensures that the winning candidate has broad support across the country. It sounds complicated, and it is. But understanding this process is crucial to grasping how our democracy functions. Section 6. The Electoral College today. Fair or far-fetched? The Electoral College has been around for centuries, but it's still controversial. Its origins date back to the founding of the United States, designed as a compromise between election of the president by Congress and by popular vote. Some people argue that it's outdated and undemocratic. They believe it no longer serves the needs of a modern democracy and that it distorts the principle of one person, one vote. They say it gives too much power to swing states and can even lead to a candidate winning the presidency without winning the popular vote. This has happened 5 times in US history, most recently in the 2016 election. Others argue that the Electoral College is essential for protecting the interests of smaller states and preventing a few large states from dominating the election. They believe it ensures a more balanced representation across the country. So, is the Electoral College a relic of the past or a vital part of American democracy? The debate continues, and it's up to the American people to decide its future. What do you think?